Hello to my lovelies out there. Just here for another update. This one should be fairly quick. Um, so I'm just going to kind of get right into it. Um, the main themes that have been popping up for me recently, like within the past week or so, have been detachment and change. So, change, that's always a running theme, right? Like, we're constantly changing as we're on this ascension journey. Um, it's almost like you have to detach from permanence, the idea of permanence, in order to be able to flow with your divine plan. so, why I want to talk about these things. It's been coming up for me recently that I might need to be changing my diet. So, that's big for me because I'm having to detach from the idea that I was going to be on this alkaline diet for basically like the rest of my existence. Um, Now, I understand why I was guided to do this a year ago. So, if you guys have been following along with me, you know that I've been on an alkaline diet, very, very strict for the last year or so. And I know that this was supposed to help me through a major detox that I've been going through the last year. Just detoxing from old energies, detoxing from physical toxins, mental, emotional, but hugely the physical. Um, just detoxing from crap that was in food that I was eating, like processed foods and factory meats and, um, harmful chemicals from products that I put on my body, substances that I put, inside my body, all of those things. So I understand why I was guided to it, but I was thrown kind of a curveball within the last week or so with all of these messages about incorporating like fish back into my life and eggs and certain meats, maybe some dairy. I don't fully know yet. You know, I'm still at the beginning stages of this coming through. So um, I'm doing my best to stay open about all of it, not let my ego get to me. Especially because, like I said, I've been doing this alkaline diet for the last year, and so my ego wants to pop in and be like, "You're going to ruin everything if you start eating meat again, or if you start eating dairy." Um, but what my guides are telling me, and what I'm getting from my highest self, is that it's not about necessarily the meat and the dairy. It's about where it's being sourced from, where it's coming from. Not just that, but also the relationship that I have with my food. So for the longest time, food has always been a vice for me. I think because of my traumas and everything, that was the thing I ran to. When I was overly emotional, I would overindulge. When I was bored, I would overindulge. Um, like I said, food was it's always been a vice for me. So um, I really kind of created a distorted and toxic relationship with it, if I'm being totally honest. Um, and the other thing with that is gratitude and prayer. I grew up very religious, so we always prayed before we ate our meals. And it seemed silly to me at the time, of course, because I was a child, but and I also had that really, messed up relationship. So it was like when I was in front of food, I didn't care about blessing it. I didn't care about any of those silly things. I was just like, let me consume. um, so now, after going through this whole transition, this whole change, it's really, really altered the way that I look and feel about food. Um, I mean, I even on this whole regimen that I've been on, there have been times where I've had to detox so much and so intensely that I've fasted for 48 to 72 hours. Not really by my own choice. It was more just I had no appetite. I wasn't hungry, and then I was getting the guidance like drink water. You're flushing out, flushing out. So, um, yeah, I don't know. It's been really kind of a whirlwind the last couple of weeks, especially with this news coming in. um, it's been a challenge for my ego. I guess that's the best thing I can say. Um, definitely been a huge challenge for my ego in that whole, you're going to ruin everything. And what if this makes you super sick, or so on and so forth. But I think the whole point, and this is the point of every message and the whole point of me sharing everything, is that regardless of what I say and regardless of what works for me, this whole journey is all about you. Your personal journey is about you. It's about you finding yourself, unlearning all of these things that you've learned to be that aren't actually you, and listening to your intuition, honing in, being aware, listening to your body and its responses to everything, everything that you're taking in from a sensory perspective, and all that. So yeah, um, I think it's really, really important to be able to detach from things like this, especially like the labels, the vegetarian, the vegan, the meat eater. I'm on a carnivore diet, or all of these things. Like, just detach from all these labels, because it's gonna change for you. I don't. I mean, if you're on this ascension journey, and you understand what I'm talking about. Things are always constantly changing. So it's almost easier for us if we're not attached to this. If I'm not attached to my alkaline diet, I'm not attached to this outcome, I'm not attached to anything really. And like I said, it has nothing to do with not being emotional. Um, it just has everything to do with acknowledging that nothing is permanent, and that's okay. I think that's okay. It's really difficult for our egos to grasp that concept. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I've tried to record this 3 different times, and I feel like something different has come out each time I've said the message, or I've delivered the message. Um, and it's gotten shorter and shorter each time too. So yeah, ultimately, main messages: listen to your intuition, listen to your body, be in a state of awareness, where you can, I don't know, communicate with and receive the messages that your highest self and your body are trying to tell you. Um, with this shift, I don't feel like I'm gonna go out and go eat a cheeseburger. It's not like that. The whole point of this was to completely change the way that I am, change the way that I am with my food, change the way that I act in relationships, change the way that I act and react to my surroundings and my environment, everything. It's all about unlearning what we learned and realigning with our purpose. So, yeah, regardless of what works for me, just listen to you, listen to your body, and what he or she they need, um, and and do your best to not attach yourself to any labels of any kind, because labels do nothing more than separate us, and that's not what we're here to do. We're here to heal ourselves, to call back these fragments that have been, scattered across time and space, to become whole again, in within and without, as individuals and as a collective. So I'm going to leave that there. I love you all so, so much. Love, light, and blessings to you beauties. If you haven't already joined our tribe and you would like to, please subscribe. But if not, I'm just so glad that you made it here for this message. And I hope you got exactly what you needed out of it. Have a beautiful rest of your day.